Hey guys, welcome to Hannah's Backyard. Today I'm going to do a really quick video of separating these tomatoes into individual pots. I already got 3 done and I figured I would pass you guys along for the rest of it. So I just stick the marker down in there. Come in here. Very gently. Whoop, pull out. Here, hold on. Pull the plant out. Very gently pull this out. Stick it down in there. And the pre-made hole that you made. Pack it around. And voila. Super simple, nothing to worry about. Now these two, you can see how they're right next to each other. That'll still be okay. You gently get them out of there. This one's really small, so it might take a minute. I'm gonna keep that one in the, but yeah, seeds, or the roots. Done in there. And pack around it. Very minimal disturbing. Now this one is so small. I'm just gonna gently flop it back in from the pot it came out of. And there you go. Okay, so this is the ones I transplanted. And now I will water them and also make sure that... So here is the finished product. They're very small and I planted them right down to the top leaves. And now I want you to remember, you can see that they're kind of laying down and they're looking a little bit rough, but we just disrupted their roots and whatnot. So I'm gonna set this down. And I put them in some dry soil. So what I'm gonna do is water them, put them underneath the light, and they're gonna look rough for maybe a day, maybe 2. Usually I've noticed by the second day, they're popping back up and they're looking really good. They're usually pretty happy to get out of a pot where there's a whole bunch of them, so their roots can start spreading, but we just disrupted everything. So give it some time. As an example, I did that same thing with some celery. It's really small, but I was thinning out this pack of celery, and I just couldn't throw them away, so I thought, well, let's try this. I'll put them in a pot. They were very small, had very little roots, and for 2 days they laid down, like just flat on the soil. And I thought for sure that I lost them. So I put them on the top shelf of the greenhouse. There's not even lights or anything up there. I just let them sit there, and it's been, oh my gosh, maybe even 5 days. And I came back to do this with my tomatoes, and I pulled the tray down that they were sitting in, and lo and behold, they stood back up. So I actually put them underneath some lights now. So I kind of didn't think that they would come back, but my whole point of that is to tell you that, yes, they're going to look rough for a little bit because you just disrupted things, but just give it a little bit of time. As long as they have some water, like you water them right away. I usually water once a week, bottom water, and then they'll perk right back up. So I hope you guys enjoy. Have a good one. And yep, that's how I up pot my tomatoes. So We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Okay, now I'm going to do a little update on my brassicas. So I had to move some trays out of my little greenhouse. My onions aren't looking very good at all. They might be a bust, but whatever I get out of them, I'll be happy with. But the only thing I've noticed bad about when I transplanted are my tennis ball lettuces. This one appears to be dying. They're not looking the best, but my butter crunch lettuce out here is looking pretty good. But yeah, these are my brassicas. So anyway, I had to move my trays out here, and I turned them to get 4 underneath this light. And I'm worried they're not close enough to the light anymore. I had the light sitting pretty much right on them when I had 2 trays under them. So I did put some tin foil back there to kind of help reflect some light. We'll see how that works, but everything's looking really good. Nothing's leggy yet, but now that I had to move things around, I'm hoping that they're big enough that the light is far enough away. I mean, I would say 4 inches away, where they were more like 2. So, and this tray here I just brought out of the greenhouse, so it was pretty warm. It was 85 in there, so I think they'll like this out here better. Okay, so this is in the greenhouse. These are the celery I showed you at the beginning, and these are all my hot peppers. I did end up having to plant the datil or datil because nothing came up, and in this pot right there, there's supposed to be jalapeno, but nothing came up. But luckily, I have 2 in here, so I'll be able to separate it. So yeah, they finally came up. And then here I have all the California Wonders. On this side of the tray, I planted only 1. Every single seed came up. And on this side, I planted 2. All but 1. Oh, yeah, all but 1 came up. So it was an excellent germination rate on the Baker Creek California Wonder seeds that were 2 years old. And then up here, I have my tomatoes. Some of them are starting to come up. I'm leaving the dome on because not all of them are up yet. Over here, the basil and stuff is coming up. But over on that side of the tray, nothing is up yet. So I'm also leaving the dome on that. And then these are all the tomatoes that I just up potted. Same thing in here. I used tin foil to help with some light. But yet I still want the fan on them. And then these are some of the celery that I thinned out. They're not doing the best. I put them back in here by themselves. I had them out underneath this bigger light. But yeah, anyway, well, that's my update. So that was it for this week, the update on all my plants. I pretty much got everything up potted and ready to just keep growing. I have a couple of peppers to separate, the California Wonders. Either I'll cut them, separate them, whatnot. But I'm going to let those go a little bit longer until they have, like, their true leaves. They don't even have that yet, so a little bit longer for that. Now it's just a matter of keeping everything under light and growing and not getting leggy. So the hardest part, especially when I'm tapped out of light. So I could buy more lights. What I need is more of these shop lights, but then I got to make a stand for it and all that. And I'm just really hoping to be in a greenhouse next year at this time. So, okay, we'll see you guys later. You have a good one. Bye.